Hi folks, welcome back to the channel and thank you very much for joining me once again. You are always most welcome. So today, Operation Gardening, the ICM Hampden diorama set. Fantastic. It's 1/48 scale kit number 48355. Something I wasn't expecting. Now I do love these big kits, they're fantastic, aren't they? They do them so well. So let's have a read of what they've said with this one, because we've clearly got an RAF base here and we've got an operation about to kick off. And it says, HP 52 Hampden, 3 pilot figures, 2 ground crew figures and a magnetic mine mounted on a trolley. Gardening. They're going to clearly be dropping this in the sea to mine, stop the Germans. The model accurately reproduces the geometry and proportions of the real aircraft. Highly detailed uniforms and equipment of both pilots and the ground crew personnel. So we've got 5 figures, it looks like we've got in this. And there are 433 parts for the Hampden. Oh my lord. Then there's the assembly of the figures, which is 23 parts. The mine trailer is another 30 parts. Sorry, 30 parts for the figures, beg your pardon, wrong way around. 23 for the mine and trailer. Yeah, and 30 for the figures. Anyway, let's have a look on the side of what we've got here. So Operation Gardening, I think, is just basically mining the North Sea or the Channel, isn't it? But we'll find out more in a second. Here's the Hampden. And it's got the markings FPT. There's the mine. Nasty looking mine, isn't it? Complete with a trailer. It's got like a scissor jack system on it, so they can jack it up on to load it underneath. Then you've got your ground crew, a couple of the ground personnel, and then you've got your flight officers who are going to be flying the mission. Looks absolutely brilliant, doesn't it, actually? Now this is going to be a good one. Now again, I won't make this an hour-long video because we've seen the Hampden several times now. So we're really going to focus on the figures because they're the thing that differentiate this kit from the standard Hampden, obviously. And we recently had Churchill suitcase. I'm just hoping that we're okay with the markings, the decals. We did have some of the parts getting a bit of a squeeze, didn't we? Getting a bit warped. Let's hope we're alright this time. I see them have gone on holiday, I can't complain now or ask them to replace it. Right, so that's the instructions, that's the figures, that's the mine, which we need to concentrate on, and where was the trolley then? Oh, that is the trolley. Oh, okay, that's all that, it's all that. So this bit we kind of don't need to go into any great detail, because it's all fine, and I can tell you that everything is well, but this has not been super squeezed in. It doesn't look bowed or anything. It's absolutely normal, all fine. Good. So that's the perfect kit. Now we won't go into all that detail from scratch to look at the Hampden because we've seen that. So we'll just look at everything else that we haven't seen before. And let's see what we got then. So let's tell you the story first of all. A notable chapter in the combat history of the Hampden was its role in Operation Gardening, the code name for a campaign involving the laying of magnetic mines in enemy waters, mainly in bays and near harbours. In the winter of 1939 to 1940, several Hampdens were specifically modified to carry mines in their bomb bays. And the first mines were laid out on April the 14th, 1940 off the coast of Norway. Of crumbs. The aim of the operation was to mine German coastal waters, estuaries and harbours that were inaccessible to British naval forces, where no other action could be taken. Operation Gardening proved highly effective. By the end of 1940, Hampdens had laid 703 mines, and the loss rates during mining missions were significantly lower than during bombing raids, because they're just sneaking into a harbour and sneaking out again, aren't they? The Hampden performed mine laying duties until 1942, when it was replaced in this role by heavier 4-engine bombers like the Lancaster and the Halifax and Stirling and that stuff. Interesting. So what have we got in terms of the decals? Now, well, I have got to tell you, these look quite decent. Now, I've been talking about I still think it's the Edward ones, but these look nicer. These look much nicer. Still a slight blotchiness to them though, which we didn't get with the Cartograph ones, or the usual ICM ones. But this set looks a lot nicer than some of the previous we saw on one of the Mitchells, not the Mitchells, the Marauder, and some of the earlier iterations of this Hampden. That's not too bad. I think those are quite nice actually. They don't seem to be suffering from the grossly excessive carrier film like on the roundels. There's a little bit of excess, but it's not as bad as we've seen on the others. The quality is still not quite as good as ICM's normal own quality, but I think that's a step forward. That's actually better quality than we've seen for a little while. Churchill's suitcase suffered from it, I think, didn't it, as well? Anyway, let's just cut straight to, first of all, the characters on the back. So we've got our flight officers here. We've got looks like the pilot. Here's the pilot. I'm guessing this is the navigator. Navigator and bomb aimer. I think this chap is the gunner, isn't he? Interesting. And then you've got the guys who are ground crew, fitting up the mine, getting it ready. Yeah, quite a serious job that, isn't it, to be honest, dealing with something that's such a big explosive, you know. There's only one colour marking option in this particular kit, so you've just got the FPT that we saw on the box art, and then you've got some £250 bombs. Just wondering if there's any differences in the bomb bay actually. We'll just focus on that in the instructions because it is the different part that's different. So yes, there is a difference. It has this like a cradle mount. Too much soon. There's like a cradle mounting here for the actual torpedo, the mine, I beg your pardon. And you can see how it goes in there with the British mine. Yeah, so you have got the option within the kit to put bombs in if you prefer, but you wouldn't do that, would you? And here you go. Here's the mine in situ. Looks great, doesn't it? I like that. Yes, that's fantastic. And you can either have the bomb bay doors open or closed if you prefer. No point in having them closed, is it really? This is going to be nice to have it in flight though, with the bomb bay doors open. That would look really cool, wouldn't it, actually? And then at the end, yes, at the end there is this extra instructions for the actual mine itself, going onto its mining trailer. Going down to its cradle on the trailer. There's a little cradle here, look. And then you've got the double cradle mounts onto the trailer. Just with two big wheels, isn't it, basically? It's quite a simple thing, really. And then there's the finished product. Epic! Yes, we like that. That's very good. Now, the only thing about this kit that slightly makes me nervous is, I've said it before, say it again, is the number of... You need a mask set, don't you? Look at this lot, oh my lord. Oh my stars, there's a lot of masking there. That's a lot of masks. So 50 masks basically, and a lot of intricate shapes and what have you. Nobody in the right mind is going to do that when you can probably buy a mask set for around about, I don't know, probably around £10 to £12 you get a mask set for this, easy shipped, you know. It's not worth the time. Literally, you'd spend hours and hours and hours cutting those out. No point. Right, so we'll start with the mine itself. Oh, that's the torpedo though. That's because if you remember, the mine, we saw this on the earlier iterations, the mine is on another sprue, and when we first got it, questions were asked. Well, it was me that got it wrong basically, and I said, "Oh, this torpedo's a bit strange." Sheer ignorance. The boy doesn't know what he's talking about. Right, where is it? Yeah, there it is. Hiding in here somewhere. But we have seen it before, that mine. Might say this is nice. Yeah, it's not that one. It's in there. There it is. I can see it from here. Okay, well, let's just grab it out then, because we need to see it now. This could take a minute or two, so bear with me. That's what we're looking for. I made a bit of a meal of that, didn't I? This is the one we're looking for. We have seen it before, so strictly it wasn't necessary. But here is the mine. The mine for Operation Gardening. We've got bombs as well as options, but this is the real business end of the kit, isn't it? The mine. Here it is. And this is the parachute end, where the parachute deploys from, because they drop it down in the parachute, just slows it down, drops into the water, waiting for the next unsuspecting German supply ship or destroyer, basically. So there you go, and you got all the bombs options as well. I'm sort of half wishing I hadn't opened this now, because I think putting it back might be a little tricky. You're going to have to bear with me, I think. So there's actually two, by the way. There's two repeated sprues of that one. Duplication. Oh, there's three! Oops, something I shouldn't have dropped. Three. Three lots. Wow, there's a lot. There's plenty. And that's with the torpedo as well, yeah? So it's a combo, because the other one, of course, was the torpedo. We saw the torpedo variant, didn't we, a couple of months ago. So you've got everything basically in the box. You've got the torpedo variant, the bomber variant, and the mine variant. So you're not going to go far wrong. I won't take the clear parts out, but I can tell you that they're all in perfect condition, as usual. Absolutely fine. No problems there. Although it just seems a bit prone to scuffing. That nose, the bulbous bit that goes, sorry, not the nose, the where is it? The bit that goes underneath the, it's the top, where the top gunner's position is. It does stick up a little bit on the sprue. It does get slightly scuffed, so it does seem to be a perennial problem on the kit. More to do with perhaps the tight packaging is a factor. But I'm packing it in a way that doesn't touch anything, so that should help it quite a lot. He says, famous last words. There we go. Now I'll just reseal that one. And we'll get into these figures. Definitely want to see. Right, lovely. So that's just to reassure you that you get an absolute ruck of bombs, you've got torpedoes, and you've got mines in this kit. Everything a growing boy needs. Yeah. Right, let's put that to one side as well, and let's have a look at the trolley, the trailer I should say, complete with its sort of scissor jack elevator. Oh yeah, it's cool, isn't it? This scissor thing, it's really cool. How about that? Check it out. Oh, we like that. So ignore the torpedo, but you can use it if you want to, of course. So you can alternate between torpedo, or you could even have a torpedo on the jack on the trailer, and you could have the if you wanted to, you could have it with the mine already on the aircraft. So to create a diorama, do it however you prefer. Absolutely fine. But look at the beautiful finesse of these fine parts. I mean, just look at that. That's really, really fine. There's no short shots, and there's no bowing, and there's no warping, or there's no sink marks. Beautiful, that. Superb. Really nice. Can't fault that one. This is going to be a high scoring kit, this, because it's sort of got everything in the kit, hasn't it? It's got the figures, it's got the weapons. Every variant of the weapons you could hope for is there. And the little scissor jack trailer for loading the weapon. It's all there. It's got the lot, this model. Will that go in for me? Yes, it will. rattle. Superb. And finally, the figures, which really add the full effect. Now, I am minded to think that these figures may not be new tool. I could be wrong. And I say that because there's a little bit of, tiny bit of flash on some of the moulds that makes me think it might be a slightly older tooling. In fact, I'm sure of it. Sort of. Look at, you'll see what I mean. Have a look here, and you can see the flash on his shoulder from where the sprue contact point joins. So that's a little bit. I mean, the cleanup on that's going to be dead easy. You just follow his shoulder up, don't you? Well, relatively easy anyway. And then you've got all the figures. Officer's face. Yep, camera's locked onto him. That's good. Carrying their parachute here. Oops. There. Carrying the parachute. I think there's two of them doing that. No, there's not doing it. And see again, just a little bit of flash cripping. I say, I don't think this is a new sprue. In fact, it doesn't even look like the new plastic that they're using. It's different, isn't it? So I think what they've done is amalgamated several kits into one to make this. You've got some really good detail there. Look at the guy who's squatting down, and look at the bend of his toes of his boots. Done that well, haven't they? Some very fine detail here as well with the fingers, the hands. That's nice. Yeah, I like that. They've kind of got some really top-notch detail crept in there very nicely. And again, the boot not so bent on this side, obviously, but yeah, it's all there, isn't it? And then you've got your officer, the captain, pilot here with his pilot's cap. Yeah, just a little bit of flashing, just a little bit of an older kit, obviously from their range. It's because the plastic looks a little different in colour. It's a bit lighter, different grade. But there's only one side. One side the sprue is fine. The other side just needs a little bit of clean up. This side's got the sort of flash on it. This side's not so bad. But they're nice figures. Just makes the whole set complete, doesn't it? Especially these guys that are crouching down, working on the mine itself. I think I've got to knock it a quarter pointer off that flash because it's clearly a slightly older tooling that is. And we've seen in the recent, what was it, the Doctor's Car, we had some figures there that were really good. I mean, the 48 scale, so they're quite tricky to make them, they're quite small. But the figures are sort of 9 out of 10, aren't they? Just a little bit of flash crept in there, but overall very nice and gives a great presence on the ground, especially with them loading that weapon. It's a nice set, so I'm going to give it 9.75 out of 10 because the decals are good. There's plenty of weapons and sprue after sprue after sprue. Fun, really, isn't it? So much stuff to go out in there. It's a big old box, and it's a very heavy box as well. And there's a fair old lump of plastic in here, I tell you. Crazy. Well packed as ever, though. Beautiful. Absolutely fantastic. That is a corking set, actually. 9.75 out of 10. Fantastic score. 10 out of 10 to ICM for thankfully, gratefully I should say, supplying the kit for us to review it. Really nice indeed. So thank you to them, and I hope they're enjoying their holidays. Much well deserved, I have to say. Nobody needs a break more than they do. Their whole country, I mean. Yeah, excellent stuff. Absolutely fantastic set, and another iteration where you can make yourself a really nice diorama. Fantastic. Any of the members would like to get their hands on this kit at some point, let me know. If you have you like bombers, and I think most of you have told me now anyway. I'm just in the process of working my way through the emails from you all. And we now have the kits back, by the way. I now have a half a garage full of kits, so don't worry, it's going to happen. Those of you that have become members are going to get some rewards coming out very, very soon. Certainly by the first week in August. They should be arriving first, second week in August at your addresses. That's one that interests you, let me know. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you thought it was entertaining. Lots more to come from ICM. Getting more and more interesting, I think, in the next month or two. They've got some great releases coming out. They didn't seem to do a catalogue this year, did they? I think that they felt that because they kept predicting, oh, such and such a kit will be out in the summer of 26, you know, and then because of their issues with the war, they were finding they were missing these deadlines. I think they decided not to do that, and they've decided to just sort of surprise us. And I think it's working because we've got the Hudson coming out next month. Absolutely brilliant. And we've got the Tahi helicopter in 72nd scale. So what's not to like? Brilliant. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. Stay tuned for more to come. Don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe to Peter Goes Rogue, my second channel. It needs all the subscribers. Anybody watching this who's enjoyed my content will probably enjoy some of the content, if not all of it, on the other channel as well. And it costs you nothing. Please just subscribe to that channel too. Details with the link underneath this video at the bottom. That's it from me for now. Thanks for watching. Until we meet again, take care of yourselves. Thanks a lot, and bye for now.